Good morning. Last time we learned about the number of signal given by the carbon-13 NMR spectroscopy. Today we are learn the splitting type of splitting pattern. Okay, here you learn in H1 NMR how to find out the splitting, whether this compound shows the singlet, triplet, quartet. Here they shows the same pattern, that is n plus 1. Okay, but here in case of H1 NMR, here the splitting pattern reflect the how many protons are attached to the neighboring carbon atom. Okay, in case of what? The H1 NMR. But in case of carbon 13, the splitting pattern is reflect how many protons are directly attached to the carbon atom. Here the splitting pattern is reflect how many proton directly attached to carbon atom. According to that, we can find out the type of splitting. For example, if this is CH2 compound, that time here this is CH3, that time if you find out the splitting of this carbon number 1, then this carbon is directly attached to hydrogen, and that's why here the N is equal to 2, and that's why here n plus 1, this is 2 plus the neighboring carbon having 1, having the formula 2 plus 1. That's why this carbon number 1 shows triplet. Okay, this neighboring carbon shows triplet. Always understand or remember that if you ask the number of splitting or type of splitting of the carbon 13, then always measure the number of hydrogen is directly attached to that of the carbon. Okay, and plus 1. That means here there are 2 hydrogen is attached to this carbon. That's why 2 plus 1, that is 3. That's why it shows the triplet. Okay, here this carbon number 2, here there are 3 hydrogens are directly attached to this carbon number 2, and n plus 1, n is equal to 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. That's why this carbon number 2 shows what? Quartet. This shows quartet. Let me take some examples. It is first, how many signal given by this molecule? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. We have to find out the type of splitting. Okay, this carbon number A, how many hydrogen are attached to this? 3 hydrogen. That's why 3 plus 1, it shows what? Quartet. This carbon is directly attached to 2 hydrogen. That's why it shows triplet. Here this compound is doesn't have any hydrogen. That's why 0 plus 1, that is 1, that is it shows singlet. This carbon, here this carbon is attached to what? 3 hydrogen. That's why it shows what? Quartet. This also shows quartet. Then this hydrogen is attached to 1. That's why it shows doublet. Okay, next here this is 3 hydrogens directly attached. That's why it shows what? Quartet. 3 plus 1, that is quartet. Let me take another example of this. How many signal? This is A, B, B, and this is C. Okay, here this CH3, both of these gives what? Quartet. Why? Because here this CH3 group, here this carbon is attached to 3 hydrogen. That's why n plus 1 is equal to 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. That's why this shows which type of splitting? This shows the quartet. Here this CH through CH2, this shows what? Yes, triplet. Why? Because this CH2 is attached to 2 hydrogen directly. That's why 2 plus 1 triplet. triplet. Both of this carbon shows triplet. Here in this case only one hydrogen is attached to here, that's why directly attached, okay, to this carbon, that's why it shows what? Doublet. This also shows the doublet of doublet. Okay, take a look of this. How many signal is given by this molecule? Yes, this is 1, this is 2, this carbon is here, this is the carbon, that's why this is 2, this is 3. C. Okay, if we take a plane, then what happen? This both of these shows same signal, that is A, B, C, D, E, and this is F. That means how many signal given by this molecule? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 signal is given by this molecule. Okay, here this compound shows what? 3 hydrogens are attached to this carbon, that's why this shows what? Yes, quartet. This carbon, yes, this doesn't have any hydrogen, that's why it gives singlet. This is 1, 2, 3, that is 1 hydrogen is attached, that's why this also shows the doublet. Okay, this shows the doublet. Here this is what? Like this. Okay, that means all these have a hydrogen only. This have a CH and CH. Okay, that means all this shows what? The doublet. Okay, this is about what? This molecule. Next to that, here find out the number of signal. CH3, 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 CH3 gives what? Quartet. Okay, here carbon number B, BB shows what? This is attached to only 1 hydrogen is there, that's why it gives doublet. And this CH2, CH2, that means 2 hydrogens attached to this 2 carbon, that's why it shows what? Triplet. Understand? Okay, next, that is what? This compound. How many signal is given by this compound? 3 signals. Let we learn their type of splitting. Here this shows what? Quartet. This carbon number 2 or signal number 2 shows what? Triplet. And this carbon shows what? Doublet. Here this, all this shows the doublet. Next, this compound shows how many signals? Here this CH3 group shows what? Quartet, because 3 hydrogen is attached to this carbon, and plus 1 rule. Here 3 plus 1, it having a 4, that's why it shows what? The quartet of the signal splitting pattern. Okay, next here's carbon number 2 shows what? 2 hydrogens attached to this, that's why it shows triplet. Here carbon number 3, only 1 hydrogen is attached to there, directly attached, that's why it shows what? Doublet. Okay, this is all about what? The type of splitting pattern. Okay, they shows singlet, doublet, triplet according to what? Here the splitting pattern is reflect how many proton directly attached to the carbon atom. Okay, here according to that, in carbon 13 NMR we can find out the type of splitting. Okay, next time we learn about here the chemical shift value, how to identify the chemical shift value, and the we also find out the different value of this different signal. Okay, thank you very much for watching this lecture.